PC, how's it going? I've got a small stack of records to show, so I thought I'd make a quick video. I hope you can hear what I'm listening to. This is a current band called The Sorcerers. I read about this in the latest edition of Shindig magazine. There's an article about the record label 88 Records, which I think stands for anything that's analog records. This is clearly funky with a sort of an African feel to it as well. Yeah, really nice record. I'm going to try and check out a few of the bits and bobs on that label. I picked up a couple of 45s as well, different bands, but all very funky stuff, right up my street, so good stuff. Right, I've got a few things to show. Start with a bit of prog. Late Orm, this is their live album, I think from '74. I really like the studio albums that they recorded leading up to this one, which I've got. I think I've shown some of them in a previous video. I'm not sure how essential this album is, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it's a nice, it's a nice record. It is what you'd expect, but I'll play the studio albums quite a bit. I'm not sure this one will get a spin too often. It's on the Philips Italy label, same as the studio stuff, but yeah, kind of picked it up, but not necessarily essential. Right, another prog record. One more, last one. This is a band called Slapran. I picked this up because a friend of mine started a record label, Cyclotron Records, and he's put this out, limited to 300 copies. I think they're nearly all gone now, actually. I think there's probably 20 or 30 left from what he was saying. This is a Swedish prog band, a new recording. I really like this. I'm not always a fan of prog. I'm quite picky about what I listen to. But I do like this. The first side's got, I think, 3 or 4 songs on it. The second side is just one track spread out over the whole side. I really like it. We've played it quite a bit. You know, if you're a prog fan, check it out on YouTube. Check it out online. I think you order it direct from Cyclotron Records. But as I say, if that's your bag, it's worth a listen. Okay, new stuff. This arrived today, actually. This is an album that I've been after for years. Johnny Pate's Outrageous. It's a great album. I know it's a big favourite of the VC. I've seen a lot of people show this. It's not necessarily hard to come by, but it can be a little bit pricey, which is why I've never had a copy up until now. This is a DJ promo. So yeah, lovely copy. Really pleased with it. I was quite pleased as well. So I got it off eBay. I actually bid twice what I paid for it, so I was quite lucky that the bidding didn't rise. So I think I got this at a great price. But it's a great album. If you don't know, check it out. Obviously jazzy, but funky. Sampled quite a bit. If that's your bag, I don't know. But yeah, really pleased to pick that up and at a good price as well. Okay. Bit of reggae. I picked this up last week at a car boot sale. Johnny Osborne and the Sensations, Come Back Darling, original UK Trojan, 1970. I really like this sort of era of reggae. It's more of a pop reggae feel to it, obviously very popular in the UK at that stage, at that time, so growing up as a kid in the 70s, heard a lot of that sort of stuff, and yeah, it reminds me of my childhood, to be perfectly honest, that type of sound. So I do try and pick up anything that I can from that sort of period if it's at the right price. This is one I've been after for a while, but it's always knackered whenever you see it, as with most reggae stuff. You know, those records were bought to play at parties, so they're usually trash whenever you see them. But you know, this is obviously sat in someone's collection and has very rarely been played. So it's a lovely copy, pleased to get it. I say, anything on the Trojan label is always worth picking up. Right, okay, a new record. This is the latest PJ Harvey album. I love PJ Harvey, she's one of my favourite artists. Her music is always interesting. She tries to do something different with every album. This is actually a little bit more than an album. The recording of it was an art project in itself. They set up a purpose-built studio in Somerset House down in London. and twice a day you could buy a ticket to go and watch them record the album. So they were based in a purpose-built studio. It's basically a perspex box in effect. You could see in, they couldn't see out. Obviously they couldn't hear you either, but everywhere was mic'd up within the studio, so you could hear what was being said and what was happening. So I went down to one of the to see the recording one of the days. It's sold in sort of I think a half hour, 45-minute slots. So yeah, I went down to an afternoon to see it. She's fascinating. I think she's wonderful. I think she's so talented. Probably one of our best songwriters at the moment. As I say, music is always interested. A great live performer as well, so I'm hoping she tours us pretty soon. But yeah, it's her last album, Let England Shake. I think it's going to be a trilogy of albums actually. I think this is the second in the trilogy. But Let England Shake's a wonderful album as well, so if you get a chance, please check this out, and the predecessor as well. Her album, Stories from the Sea, is still one of my favourite albums that came out 15 or 16 years ago. Yeah, one of my most played albums. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I can't say enough about it, and I can't say enough about this. That's good stuff. Right. Picked this up at a car boot sale last weekend. Stax Vault Tour in London. Now there's 2 volumes to this. This is only the second volume. The guy said he did have the first volume, but he couldn't see it in his boxes that he was selling, so I just picked this up. It's only a £5. Obviously, Blue Stax. A great album. I always buy anything sort of Otis Redding related from this period. I think that the album live at Monterey Pop, I think you may know that I just dug out actually. The one side is Otis Redding's performance, the other side is Jimi Hendrix. I think the Otis side of it is the best single side of vinyl ever recorded. That's my claim. Quite a big statement there, I think. Yeah, I don't think I'm not saying the best album, but that side of vinyl, those 4 or 5 tracks that sit on that piece of plastic, I think for me are as good as it gets. He had a wonderful voice, obviously a great band with you know, the M3s playing with him, so yeah. But this is a nice record. I've given this a spin last week, so I've heard it before, but I've never had a nice copy like this, so happy days. Right, okay. So the record store day purchase. Again, I said last time I didn't go out on record store day. I'm not one for queuing to buy records, but I picked this up a couple of weeks afterwards. This is Fleetwood Mac Alternate Tusk. So basically it's the same running order as the same track listing as the original album. 20 tracks over 4 sides. Many of you will be familiar with Tusk. I think it's an incredibly underrated album. It's one of my favourites. So I was pleased to get this. It's not necessarily essential. Some of the versions on here are fantastic. You listen to stuff like those Storms and Sarah. Those sort of songs could quite easily have sat on Rumours, you know, the previous album. But then you've got all this strange sort of lo-fi. I know it's described at the time as being punky. I'm not sure about it being punky, but the Lindsey Buckingham songs on this album, I say, are lo-fi gems really. Stuff like What Makes You Think You're the One and Not That Funny. Yeah, it's a fascinating album. If you haven't heard it, check it out. I'm pretty sure that you can always, there's that many copies sold, you know, you'll find a cheap copy. They were the first band that I actually saw live. My sister took me as I was 11 or 12, and she took me to see them in the 80s, so I've always got a bit of a soft spot for Fleetwood Mac. I love Stevie Nicks' voice from this period. I find later on she can drone on a little bit, perhaps a bit unfair, but that's what I think. But Lindsey Buckingham's guitar playing, just incredible, great producer, and probably one of the best rhythm sections in rock, you know, with Mick Fleetwood and John McVie. So yeah, an interesting album, a nice little addition to the original album. Yeah, if you're interested, pick it up, but I can't recommend the main album, Tusk, enough. Right. Okay. Now this was a bit of an impulse buy. This is a library album, Armando Scasia. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing that correctly, but there you go. Bit of an impulse buy. Somebody recommended it to me, so I picked it up, and it's fantastic. It's obviously a library album, funky in places, very atmospheric. I I know there's been a lot of library stuff shown in the VC recently. I am quite picky with the stuff that I buy. Not everything's my cup of tea, but yeah, this is great. Yeah, if that's your sort of thing, definitely pick it up. It's a nice pressing as well. I'm really pleased to get this. I've played this quite a bit over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Very nice. Right. Okay, just a few cheapy finds today. Sweet Honey in the Rock. This is a gospel album. It's an a cappella gospel album. I picked it up today. It's only a £5. Yeah, I find myself more and more buying gospel music. I suppose it's the thing of trying to find soul music and funk records or jazz records that aren't the norm, that everybody knows about. Something a bit different. So more and more, I find myself looking at gospel music, similar with reggae, rather than just looking for straight reggae records. I find myself looking at calypso stuff, just trying to pick something a little bit different, just to hear something new, really. I say I picked this up just on the back of the cover. I didn't know anything about it. I know it's a bit of a cliche because of the religious side of things, but it's perfect Sunday morning music. Yeah, beautiful vocals. Yeah, and my package comes with a booklet and everything, but for a £5, I was chuffed with that. Really good. Okay, and just a couple of chilly ones. A couple of albums by the Brothers Johnson, Winners and Blam. These are just upgrade copies for me. These are only, I think I paid £3 for the 2. Yeah, nice records. I don't think you can go wrong with the Brothers Johnson. The Blam album's obviously produced by Quincy Jones, so I like his productions from around that time. And of course, Lewis Johnson's bass playing on all of their albums is just incredible. So it's worth buying for that alone. But yeah, good stuff. I hope you're all well, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.